Hello Libra, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your October tarot forecast. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back, I appreciate having you all here. And as always, I'm going to start with an oracle deck. Today is the Sacred Traveler Oracle to get the card of the focus for the month, of the theme of what is important, what you need to keep an eye on. And then we'll move to tarot to get you some guidance on your love life, on your career and workspace, and general advice from the universe on how to best utilize the energies of the month. At the end, I'm going to pull some cards from the Hermit Tarot deck with some messages from your person to yourself. And of course, I want to say happy birthday, Libra. We are in Libra season right now, and we'll stay here for the most of the months. So yeah, this is exciting. Remember that this is a general reading, so take on me what resonates for you. And if you'd like to get guidance on your personal situation, you can reach out to me via an email address for a reading. There is some information about it, about my services in the description box. And also I'll be adding an option to order my services through the website. So mindfulbamboo.com, you can check it out and place an order for a session with me over there. I do life coaching as well. Okay, let's see what we have for Libra in the month of October. Okay, fogged in. Go slow, take time. Important message. Don't rush yourself with whatever it is. Even if you feel pressured by external deadline or specific milestone, just know that that is an illusion at this time. It may seem like if you don't do it now, it's never going to happen, but it's not really the truth. So if you don't feel like this is the right time or the right person to do it with, don't rush yourself. Give yourself time. At the very least, you will still have a chance to participate in whatever it is with the same sort of circumstances. Or maybe you'll see something better to come along, or someone for that matter. Okay, let's see what we have for Libra. Okay, so we have King of Pentacles, some earth energy for you here. We have King of Wands, some fire energy. Nice. And Eight of Wands, communication. And yeah, since we are still well, actually we just had new moon in Libra a couple of weeks ago, and we're still, well, it's not 2 weeks really, it's like a week ago, not even less than a week. What I wanted to say is that we're still in that energy as I'm recording this at the beginning of the month, and Libra is ruled by Venus, which also gives this extra essence of the necessity to balance out your relationships and energy in the relationships. And Libra, you are the master of that, of course, but this is just the general vibe of the time as we speak, right? So there will be a certain need of communication and clearing some things up, and I'll speak a bit about it a little bit more in a second. For your work situation, we have Three of Cups. There will be some sort of celebration this month for sure. Eight of Pentacles, yep, working hard, putting in extra hours. We're working on making it something you're proud of, I'm hearing. 10 of Pentacles, wow, and it will be well rewarded. I love it. For the advice, we have Five of Wands, Temperance. This is Sagittarius, you could be dealing with a Sag. And the Fool, this is Aquarius energy. But most importantly, we have Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yay! Always a lovely card to see at the underlying energy, especially. You're burning love in the situations around you for sure. Okay, yeah, anyways, one by one. So first, your love situation. We have King of Pentacles, King of Wands, and Eight of Wands. So one of you is the Pentacles, one of you is the Wands, up to you to decide. So this is the earth energy and the fire energy. One of you has a lot of earth in their chart, another one has a lot of fire in their chart. They're not the most compatible suits, I would say. But communication does it all. So you may feel like you're both here, you're both powerful, strong personalities, you're successful in your own right, maybe in a bit different way. But the truth is that it may feel to you in October that sometimes you're speaking different language. And you even understand deep down that your person has the best intentions. When you are saying something, you have the best intentions, but it's just like a telephone game, you know? It's like you're saying something and they're taking it in a completely different way, right? And then the degree could be different, of course, of how much miscommunication is there. And the key is gonna be in being open about those things. But it's important to be open, not just with your person towards them, as if this is what I expect and this is what you're giving me. It's also important to be open and attentive to yourself. And if you have certain expectations that are not being made by your person, check yourself, take a look at yourself of how reasonable those expectations are, why you have them, why they're important to you. Because it's going to be important for the conversation you're going to have with the person, so that they know that it's not just a matter of principle, just because, but you have your reasons, right? I.e., this is your love language, right? Like, it's important for you to spend time together because your love language is time, right? That's reasonable, right? If their love language is different, they may not automatically understand that. But if you're putting it out that way, you're being honest about it, that changes everything, right? So it's for some of the expectations, you may learn that they're not necessarily that reasonable, or it might just be your insecurities talking, you know, which is fine. But be honest about that as well, and see if you can work on it to make it better for yourself first and foremost. So it's not even so that it gets easier or for your person, you know. It's more about making it happier for yourself. If you have insecurities in some areas of your life or specific area, right? For example, you get jealous when your person spends time with someone like outside, with one of the colleagues outside of work, for example, right? There is something behind there, right? Certain patterns of neglect or abuse or what have you, some broken love patterns that you have in you that make you worry about it. I mean, of course, you know, every situation is different, but I'm just making a general example, right? So see where it's coming from, what you can do about it. Of course, you can always ask for help, ask a professional, go to a coaching session, a therapy session. You can read about it. There's all kinds of things that you can do. But yeah, this is like your emphasis, that there is a communication that you need to have with yourself on it. Even if you're involving someone else in the conversation, this is the truth that you're supposed to face as well. There is some true conversation that is needed between you two, but there's also this kind of personal truth that needs to be revealed. For the workspace, yeah, we have, this is for the most part hunky-dory. You know, you have success with whatever it is you've been working on. 10 of Pentacles for the career space is the ultimate success, and probably even more than what you expected. You will have some sort of the reason for some sort of celebration with your colleagues in the month of October. So some party time coming ahead. The only reservation I would have here is with this 8 of Pentacles cards, where on the one hand, it's the energy of putting the work in, and I'm actually getting that you're passionate about it. So, you know, it's coming from a good place from that perspective. But there's also a danger of overworking yourself, exhausting yourself, burning yourself out. And if you're burned out, you know, it's not a good long-term strategy, let's put it that way. And I know you understand what I mean, right? Like, you managed to conquer the world this week, you managed to close that project on time, and maybe even with more profit than it was supposed to have. But what's going to happen a week from now, a month from now, if you keep burning the candle at two ends, both ends, right? So just be careful about that. Do not go into a workaholic vibe. That's another light bulb, another signal for you to keep an eye on. And besides, it says take it slow, right? Take time. And to me, actually, now that we're turning into the general advice, to me it's very much connected with this full energy here. That you're supposed to trust that everything is happening at the divine timing and you're at the right place with the right people, right? So you don't have to rush it. The Fool doesn't rush anything. The Fool is enjoying their journey. Anything that comes in, they trust, they have faith, and they take a leap of faith, right? That's what you hear about the Fool's card. As long as you keep yourself balanced, and this is one of the topics that I started with the relationships, but it's like a general vibe here, general advice, to stay balanced and to balance out your feelings and emotions. Being more understanding about why you say and do things the way you say and do them, right? And working yourself, healing yourself from the impacts of the world, which we all have for sure, right? It can be peer pressure, it can be the upbringing that you've had, cultural stereotypes, all kinds of things that we go through that put certain frameworks of mindset on us that is artificial, that doesn't correspond to what our soul needs, to what we want, to what makes us happy. So this is a time of trust and also a time of slowing down a little bit so that whatever happens with you, you can kind of savor that experience and make it truly meaningful. And not just for this week or the end of the months, but in the concept or, you know, in the setting of your life in general. Some big stuff coming up for you. At least you're being prepared in the month of October for it. Some messages for Libra from their person. Okay. That's enough, I think. Gossip only hurts more. Words do hurt. Speaking of that communication, you see, that's being brought to the surface. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. I sometimes wonder if you care. Do you notice the pattern in these cards? You make me want to do bad things. Normally, I mean, this is the devil card in this deck, and normally it's more about the sexual vibe behind it, like kinky stuff. But in this case, I'm getting it's a lot more about the communication and manipulation, right? It's like when the person is like drawn to the edge and they're super angry or frustrated or anxious or whatever. You know, sometimes they call it the state of affect. Like, you know, when the person, it can happen to kids as well. It actually happens to all kids until they become a little bit older, like in toddler age, for example, where at a certain point, the person gets into this state where they don't really realize, like they get into this different state of mind where they get overwhelmed by all the emotions. And you know, like sometimes people even commit crimes in that state. And if somebody can prove afterwards that they were in this state, they actually get less punishment because it's considered that they didn't really mean to do that. They were in this state of affect where they were affected like by all the stress or whatever. They were not themselves basically when they were doing it, right? It's like it's getting them to the edge where they're, and I'm not saying that they're gonna hurt you or they want to hurt you. It's just that, you know, to different people it can mean different things. Maybe it makes them, I don't know, break furniture or dishes at home. You know, maybe they want to get into a driving wheel and just race off through the highway. It may not seem that bad, but you know, it can be dangerous, and you know, you can develop that topic for yourself, right? Whatever it is, it's that unhealthy energy that's coming out in an unhealthy way, right? So something is driving them to the edge, and it may be connected with your communication between yourselves, or it may have a vibe of to me it has a vibe of external source of information too, like the gossip that is meant here. Some sort of unfair or unhealthy gossip that got into the mix, into your relationship. And they are being emotional a bit about it for sure. And they're not sure that they have your support or that you're understanding what's happening, right? So take it how it resonates for your case. But this is, to me, in this case, it matters even more to build healthy boundaries and stay grounded and balanced on your side of the fence, so that you can approach the situation, you can see it from a healthier space, even if you're going to see that the other person is not in a healthy space, right? That's a very important piece of information for having that honest communication, or understanding that it's not the time for the honest communication, right? Whatever it is, it might feel like, and especially because you two are strong personalities, it might feel a bit more like a battle, like you're both bringing in a lot of energy into it. But if you're fighting each other, you know it's going to explode. And it's going to be a lot harder. When that happens, it's going to be a lot harder to remedy the situation. So maybe there are some battles that you're not supposed to fight. Just think about it that way. And remember that this is the time of fog, either for a person, for you, or for both of them. So there's a good chance that neither of you knows full picture and understands what's really going on. So, take time, chill, ground yourself, and maybe come back to it later. Or even maybe take time for yourself if you're not ready for that conversation. Okay, I hope this has been good for Libra. I'm gonna leave it here. If you're interested in a private reading, reach out to me and we can agree all the details. There's information about it in the description box. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very soon. If this reading didn't resonate for you, you may want to check your other placements: Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Love you all. Bye.